Here's the result for the guy you filled out the survey for. He gets a C+. plus. This guy is rather so-so. Not too good, not too bad. Welcome to the Strong Brew, where you get answers to questions you're not supposed to ask. These are some things you may want to know about the man in your life. If you do really well in your career, will he become insecure? Will he try and use money to control you? Will he share housework or just make you do it all? In fights, when he gets angry, does he get aggressive? During intimacy, does he understand that no means no? Is he jealous, suspicious, or possessive? Will his attitude towards you change after having kids? Will he treat your parents with respect? What if you have conflicts with his parents? We tell you what you need to hear, not what you want to hear. These are things nobody else will tell you. Things that are important for your future. This is a safe space for truth. No judgment, no platitudes, no login, no payment either. Our questions are from real life, but our answers come from science. Now, I built this thing, me and my husband, and honestly, we built it and we live it. We are both Stanford grads, we both have worked at Google, and we've been happily together since 1998. Along the way, we've added a son, now 13, and 4 dogs. We are genuine folks. If you're a woman trying to understand any man in your life, here is how it works. Go to www.thestrongbrew.life. Click on the Understand a Guy button there. Answer 10 questions about him. Watch a video tailored to your guy. That's all there is to it. It is completely anonymous, no login, no payment, no games, no manipulation. This analysis is obtained by combining solid trait psychology with cutting edge AI ML. We represent each person's personality with what is known as a feature vector. This has 10 elements, so our data is effectively 10-dimensional data. In case you're wondering how we can infer so much from just 10 questions, well, 10-dimensional data is very complex. There is a lot you can learn from that level of detail.
Okay, I think that does it for the preamble. Now let's plunge in. Let's start with this guy in his career. Will he go far or just talk big?
He's not just talking, he actually pushes himself to achieve real results. He's the kind who doesn't waste time and puts in a lot of effort day after day. If something blocks his path, he'll fight hard to overcome it, though sometimes he might lose his cool.
Can he bounce back from failure?
When things go wrong, he feels it deeply and can become upset or even angry. He doesn't bounce back easily and may dwell on mistakes for a while, sometimes shutting down and pulling away from others. He expects a lot from himself, so setbacks hit him hard.
What do people at work think of him? Do they like him?
People at work probably respect his skills and work ethic, but they may find him tough to get along with. He isn't afraid to speak his mind, and when things don't go as planned, he can be blunt or even harsh. So he'll earn respect. But close friendships at work might be rare.
If you do really well in your career, will he become insecure?
He'll respect your success, but it might make him feel uneasy or competitive inside. He likes being at the top and can be a bit hard on himself when he feels he's not ahead. He may struggle to express pride warmly or celebrate with you, but deep down he does admire your efforts.
What if you start earning more than him?
If you earn more than him, he's likely to feel uneasy and maybe even hurt, though he might not say it out loud. He holds himself to very high standards and wants to be seen as successful. So, your bigger paycheck could bruise his ego. You'll need to be gentle and understanding, as this is more about his own insecurities than anything you've done wrong.
Next, let's talk about how he is with money. Does he overspend? Is he reckless with money?
He's very careful with money and likes to plan every detail. You'll notice he keeps track of expenses and prefers to save rather than spend on things he feels are unnecessary. He might question big purchases and expect you to manage money wisely too.
Does he show off and pretend to be richer than he is?
He lives within his means and doesn't try to show off or impress others with money. He prefers to be practical and make sure that everything is well planned and secure. He values stability and is quite serious about making smart financial choices.
Is he too generous, too stingy, or just right?
He's kind in his actions and does care deeply about people, But when it comes to money, he's usually strict and careful. He may help out or support those he loves when truly needed, but don't expect him to be generous with spending just for fun. He likes knowing where every rupee goes and may even ask you to be careful with your spending too.
Will he use money to try and control you?
He is straightforward about money and prefers to keep everything clear and organized. He's not the type to hide things or play games with finances, but he will want to be involved in every decision and may set strong rules about spending and saving. You can expect him to let you know where things stand and to expect the same from you.
Let's see how this guy is with sharing housework. Will he share housework or just make you do it?
He believes in fairness and likes things to be organized and done properly, so he's likely to see housework as something that should be shared. He may have clear routines or his way of doing things and might even step in to make sure chores are done to his standards. If you're willing to work together and follow some rules, housework will be a joint effort, not just your responsibility.
Will he help you or just boss you around and tell you what to do?
He will likely get involved in chores and even changing diapers, but he might want things done a certain way, his way. You can expect him to roll up his sleeves and share the workload, not just stand by and watch or give instructions. If you're okay with his strict style, he will be a real partner at home, not just a supervisor.
Now let's see about how this guy is during fights. In fights, does he try to understand your views or just win the fight?
He tends to argue his point strongly and wants to prove he's right, especially if he feels judged or criticized. He finds it hard to listen calmly when he disagrees and may become defensive or even raise his voice. It's not easy for him to see things from your side in the heat of the moment.
Does he become aggressive when angry?
When he's angry, he can lose his cool and say things that hurt or feel too harsh. He struggles to hold back his emotions, and sometimes his words or actions can come across as aggressive. He doesn't mean to break your spirit, but his anger can sting and leave you feeling upset.
Does he have a bad temper?
Yes, he is the kind of man who gets angry quickly and reacts strongly when something upsets him. This is not a small issue. Quick temper and harsh reactions can create stress and fear in a relationship over time. Living with someone who often loses control can slowly take away your peace and happiness.
Will he say sorry and accept his mistakes?
It can be hard for him to say sorry and admit when he's wrong. When things go wrong, he may quickly blame you or others rather than look at his own actions. He struggles with taking responsibility, especially right after an argument.
Next, let's talk about intimacy and physical chemistry. During intimacy, does he respect your boundaries? Does he get that no means no?
He may not always respect your boundaries right away, especially if he feels strongly or is caught up in his own emotions. If you say no, he might push back, try to change your mind, or argue until he gets his way instead of stopping and listening to you fully. Always remember your comfort and safety must come first in any relationship.
If you are not in the mood for intimacy, will he react badly?
Yes, he is likely to take it personally if you're not in the mood for intimacy. He might feel rejected or hurt, even if it isn't about him at all. Remember, you deserve understanding and respect in these situations.
Can you trust him not to shame you or share your private moments, maybe love letters, photos, or videos, even after a breakup or a bad fight?
You need to be careful here. When he's very upset or angry, there is a chance he might bring up private things you shared or use past moments to win an argument. While he might regret it later, the damage can be done.
Is he loyal or is he likely to want to have affairs?
He is likely to stay faithful and committed in a relationship as he takes his promises seriously and is not usually drawn to outside attention. His focus is on achieving his own goals and maintaining his life, rather than chasing new excitement with others. You won't have to worry much about him being distracted by other women.
Will he be jealous, suspicious, and try to control you?
Yes, he is likely to be over possessive at times. He may show jealousy if you talk to other men, want to know where you are, or question your friendships and choices. Remember, healthy love should support your freedom, not cage you in.
This guy says he is protective in a good way. Is he actually just being possessive?
Yes, with him, what looks like being protective is often a sign of wanting to control, not simply care. He may say he's looking out for you, but you'll notice he tries to make decisions for you, sets strict rules, or gets upset when you do things your own way. Real care should make you feel safe and respected, not watched or restricted.
Now, onto the topic of kids and how this guy will be as a father. If you guys have kids, will he make you do most of the work?
He will see parenting as something that both of you should share, and he'll likely step in to handle his part, especially when it comes to routines, discipline, and making sure everything is running smoothly. However, his style might be strict and set in his ways, so you may feel he's more of a manager than a playful partner with the kids. If teamwork and flexibility matter to you, be ready to have clear conversations about sharing not just the work but also the warmth and fun of parenting.
Kids are very messy. Will he lose his temper with them?
When the kids mess up or get upset, he is likely to lose his temper quickly rather than stay calm. He finds it hard to control his frustration in those moments and may raise his voice or say things that are a bit harsh. The children might feel nervous about making mistakes or coming to him when they're upset.
If you guys have kids, will he still support your career?
He will support your efforts as a mother and respect your work for the family, but may struggle to see you as your own person with separate needs and dreams. He often focuses on roles and routines, expecting you to keep things running smoothly at home. You may need to speak up clearly about your needs as he isn't always tuned into them.
Will this man say one thing early on, maybe while dating, and then later after kids and marriage change his tune and try to make you give up your career?
Yes, this is a real possibility with him. He may support your career at first, especially if it fits into the family's plans and routines. But once you have a child, his priorities might shift. It's very important to talk honestly about your future plans now so you don't feel trapped or surprised later.
Next, let's see how this guy treats your parents. Will he be respectful with your parents?
He is likely to act polite to your parents on the surface, but may not show real warmth or make an effort to build a close relationship with them. His manners will be proper enough when they visit or talk, but you may notice a lack of genuine affection, small talk, or extra care beyond what duty requires. If you dream of a son in law who will be openly loving and involved with your family, you may be disappointed by his somewhat distant and formal style. He is more likely to expect your family to adjust to his ways than to make changes himself.
What if your family creates stress or interferes a bit in your lives?
If your family creates stress or interferes, he is more likely to react sharply and make things worse than handle it calmly. He may get upset quickly, say things that are blunt or harsh, or even withdraw and become distant. If peaceful family relations are important to you, this is a real concern to keep in mind.
Then let's analyze the role this guy's family will play in your life. Is this man modern with you, but a completely different person when other people, say his parents or bosses, are around?
Yes, he is the type who might act open minded and modern with you in private, but expect you to behave like a traditional, supportive wife in front of his relatives. He may ask you to dress, speak, or act a certain way during family gatherings to match his family's expectations and keep the peace. This can leave you feeling pressured to play a role, even if it doesn't feel natural to you.
If there is tension between you and his parents, will he support you?
If there's tension between you and his family, he's more likely to stay out of it or even quietly side with them rather than stand up strongly for you. He doesn't like dealing with emotional conflict and may feel more comfortable keeping the peace with his own people, expecting you to adjust instead. You could find yourself handling tough moments alone, wishing he would be more vocal or protective on your behalf.
Say you have a conflict with his mother. What will this guy do?
He's not a classic mummy's boy who follows his mother in everything, but he does find it hard to go against her openly. In a conflict, he is more likely to avoid taking sides, or he might quietly agree with his mother just to keep things calm. If having a partner who truly stands by you matters to you, this is something to think about deeply.
Will he share all the private details of your relationship with his mother or sister?
Yes, He is likely to share many details of your fights or private life with his mother or sister, especially when he feels frustrated or needs support. This habit can make you feel exposed and judged, and it can lead to gossip or interference from his family in your marriage. If privacy is important to you, this is something you must address early and firmly.
Now let's zoom out and put it all together.
Based on all of this analysis, this guy gets a C plus. This guy is so, not too good, not too bad, a bit mediocre. Being with this man day in and day out can feel like living under strict rules and high expectations. He is hardworking, organized, and will take his responsibilities seriously, but he can also be intense, quick tempered, and hard to please.